back now to Eswatini, where two men are expected to appear in court today in connection with the killing of rapper Kiernan AKA Forbes and celebrity chef Tebello Tibs Motsoane in Durban last year. The Ndimande brothers, Siyabonga and Malusi, are due to appear in the Manzini Magistrates Court, and this for the commencement of the extradition process. So our reporter Nhlanhla Jele is there. So Nhlanhla, just catching up with you again, have there been any developments since we last spoke? Has anyone appeared or rather arrived at court as yet?
Good morning, Sakina, and to our viewers at home. I'm just going to step off the shot quickly so we can show you what is happening. We're actually confused as to where exactly they're going to come in. We waited for them up there, but we heard sirens and quickly made our way down here, where you can see the rapid response unit from Eswatini is currently here, and also the gate that they used to bring in the two suspects has been locked. As you can see, these men are heavily armed. Obviously, this indicates that these men are already inside the court. Unfortunately, we are unable to get to see them because we are also not sure as to whether we should move closer or if we should just stay where we are at the moment. As you can see, these men and a woman is here, heavily armed, just to ensure that they guard these two men who are expected to appear this morning. We also tried to make inquiries or inroads as to whether or not cameras can be allowed inside the court, so we keep the broadcast happening for our viewers and our listeners at home. We are still trying to make way and see if we are able to get the cameras inside so that this proceedings can be captured live. However, but we do know, as I've said and I've mentioned, and as you can see behind me, there's a bit of activity happening behind me with the police, the rapid response unit from Eswatini, that indicates that the two suspects, Siyabonga and Malusi Ndimande, have arrived at this court. We were confused because no time was actually communicated to us as to what time the court is expected to start. We also want to just give you a glimpse of what is happening away from where you saw those armed men and a woman in court this morning. As you can see, there's not much happening. It's not a hive of activity as we'd expect with such a high-profile case, that you'd see people coming and wanting to be part of the proceedings, as we'd expect back in South Africa with such high-profile cases. People already lining up, media houses already outside the court, just to ensure that they capture everything that is happening. But as you can see, in this court, it's business as usual. Nothing is happening. There's not a lot of people who are here this morning to inquire or just to be part of the proceedings that are happening here this morning. Sakina?
Nhlanhla, do we know who will be representing South Africa in this extradition matter?
From what we understand is because the first provisional application was made by the NDPP in South Africa, what is going to happen here is that the Eswatini NDPP is the one that's going to be representing South Africa's NDPP rather. Remember, from some of the charge sheets and the court papers that we received, there was a warrant of arrest signed in South Africa, and there was a warrant of arrest signed in Eswatini to have these men arrested and brought or taken to court last week Monday when they appeared. We do understand that the NDPP in Eswatini was representing South Africa in this matter.
So we're going to take you back to Eswatini. The pictures on your screen there, live visuals from Eswatini at the Magistrates Court in Manzini. Our reporter Nhlanhla Jele is there and just giving us a sense of what is currently happening. Of course, we are expecting two of the accused in the killing of Kiernan AKA Forbes and Tebello Tibs Motsoane to appear in that court today. And the two that we're looking at are, of course, the Ndimande brothers, Siyabonga and Malusi Ndimande, and they are to appear in that Manzini court. And our reporter Nhlanhla Jele is there. Perhaps if Nhlanhla, if you can hear me, just give us a sense of what we are looking at right now.
Sakina, and to the viewers at home, what you are seeing right now is a van that just drove in and parked, and we saw a lot of correctional services employees stepping out of the van. As you can see them waiting there by the white van. We are not quite sure if that white van that entered here first before all the other vehicles that are here is the one that is transporting the two suspects, or if more are expected to come, because I'm just going to ask us just to show you what is happening at the gate. We still see heavily armed men guarding the gates, where they open the gate slightly and allow certain cars to come in and other cars to not come in. We tried making our way down where this whole thing is happening. Unfortunately for us, we were told to move back to where we are standing. We are also noticing that on the other side of the gate, there are other cars coming in. So we are not quite sure exactly if this is them in the white van or if they are still coming out. But as you can see, correctional services employees are outside and they are waiting. Heavily armed men and women are around, surrounding this whole area where we are suspecting that these two suspects are going to be coming out from either the white van that you can see that is parked inside, or through the gates, as we are waiting for to see what is going to happen. Sakina?
Right, Nhlanhla, what we'll do is maybe just keep an eye on those visuals as the story develops. There you have movement there with the white van moving out. So let's just keep watching these visuals just to see what is happening there. Nhlanhla, so as you said, you know, we're not sure whether they will emerge from that white van or one of the green vans, or what exactly is likely to happen. Green van moving in now.
The green van is moving in now, and from what I can see through these tiny windows, I can see hands. So there's people still inside this green van. We'll just try and zoom in, because as you can see, they're opening the door. Obviously, some of these suspects are coming out. Chances are they might be in the green van. They might not be in that green van that you just saw reversing now, but we saw one correctional service officer stepping inside of this green van. This is the same van that these correctional service officers who are currently standing outside also came out of. So now they are, the one that just went in now is coming out, and it looks like suspects are coming in one by one. As you can see, this first one is wearing a mask, holding a book, and more are still coming. I'm counting 4 who are coming out already, and they are cuffed on their legs. We just saw one of the suspects who covered his face as he walked inside the building. But as you can see, they are walking in slowly because they are cuffed one to the other. Some obviously are covering their faces, others are cuffed to the hands, so they can't just run and walk without holding the other. We can see one is also using crutches. It looks like his leg is hurt or something, but there's crutches that we are seeing, and more are still coming out. I even lost count of how many they are who are coming out, but we are seeing more people are coming out of the van. Sakina?
Well, Nhlanhla, I think we will leave it there, because we'll keep an eye on those visuals, developing story, perhaps just create a space for it on the screen so you can have a quick look at that. But we have to take a break and also get to another story. But those are some of the suspects. And of course, it's many suspects arriving in court in Manzini. And we expect among those the 2 Ndimande brothers who will be in court for that extradition hearing in relation to the murder case of AKA and Tibz. Nhlanhla Jele, thanks so much. We'll leave it there.